This video we're going to take a look at how to do a diagonal lashing like the Boy Scouts do it. My name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Alright, welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me again. Like I said, this video is going to be about how to tie a diagonal lashing, which is one of the required lashings you need to know to get your first class advancement in Boy Scouts. And it's also just a good thing for anybody to know who's going to spend any time in the woods and building anything from poles and rope and stuff. So let me readjust this camera and we'll get right to it. Okay, so just like the name implies, diagonal lashing is used to lash and tie two poles together at an angle other than 90 degrees. So typically on a diagonal. This is really commonly used for like X bracing and stuff. So go ahead and get started. A diagonal lashing starts with a timber hitch. And I'm going to show you what a timber hitch is just so we're clear on this before I put it on here. But timber hitch is basically a slipping knot, like a big slipping knot. So you're going to wrap it around itself. You make a loop back through, and then you've got it like this. It'll slide back and forth, and you just loop it around itself, around the running end, 3, 4, 5 times. So you wind up with what you wind up with is this, and this will slide. Okay, and then as it tightens up, the friction of the rope on itself causes this to tighten up. So to make a timber hitch, always go through your diagonals. You can go through either diagonal, it doesn't matter which. I always usually go through the top and bottom, the vertical one on top and bottom, bring it around to the front, and where you can see, loop it over itself again, and then, okay, so now we've got it looped over itself. Just want to wrap it around itself. Let me give it a little more slack. Wrap it around back on the end you just brought the running end, around itself 3 or 4 or 5 times, like so. And then you've got a loop here. You can see that, like so. Now just tighten that up. And the friction, the pressure of these different wraps up top here on the wood actually hold it tight. So when you get it tight like that, go ahead and pull it down tight. Then you want to start working through your diagonals. You're going to, I keep moving, go around here 3 times. You're going to wrap it thrice, 3 times. That's kind of like the mnemonic to remember. So we're going to go 1. And try to keep these things as orderly as you can. It just makes it look better and it gives it a little bit more strength if they're not all jumbled up. Once. Twice. And can you see this? My hand's in the way. 3 times. So we got 3 times on that diagonal. All right, now we've got that diagonal 3 times. You want to go and this diagonal between this side over here and this side over here. So we're going to do that 3 times. And once, twice. And I'm kind of pulling it tight as I go. Get my hand out of the way where you can see. Sorry. All right. That's 3 times there. Okay. I'll bring it just around this one more to get it, something for it to kind of lock it in place, and then we're going to frap it. And frapping is going between the 2 sticks around the knot so that it'll really tighten everything up. And the rule of thumb is wrap it thrice, 3 times, frap it twice, 2 times. So we're going to go 2 times. Once, let me see. Once, pull it tight. 1 complete. Okay, so there's your 1, and then we'll go 2. Got it tight for 2. Now you finish this thing with a clove hitch, and the way you do a clove hitch, I'm going to bring it around one more time just to get to this where you can see this one a little better. I think this is a little more visible here. Is you're going to go around your stick like so, okay? Come back around again and cross over the turn you just made. So you got a little X, put it where you can see it, a little X there, okay? Then come inside your X and go back under the top rope. Not the bottom one, back under the top one. And pull that. And what you wind up with, if I get these kinks out of here, it's going to look like kind of an X here with 1 on top and 2 coming through the bottom, like so, if you can see that. Now just kind of dress it up, pull it tight, snug it down to there, and there you go. You got a really strong lashing. This will support a lot of weight. It won't slip, which is the great thing about all this frapping and really making it tight. And that's a diagonal lashing. All right, well, that's a diagonal lashing. If you're a Boy Scout, you definitely need to know this. And if you're not a Boy Scout, it's certainly a good thing to know if you're going to spend any time in the woods and do anything, build anything with poles and lashing. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't done so. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up down below, right down there. And let Google know you like this kind of video, if you do. Share it with your friends. If you want to support the channel, the Amazon link's below. I got a website, you know, survivalonpurpose.com, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all your support. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.